So I want you to imagine you've broken down at the side of the road because you've got a puncture, and you've got your trusty breaker bar in your car, which has the correct size socket, 19mm in this case, for your wheel. Now, one problem you might find is that your 19mm socket doesn't actually fit your wheel nuts. Why? Because they've got steel caps on them, and garages that have used air wrenches on them, impact guns, have used too much torque on them and they've deformed. So your 19mm socket that should take your nuts off won't work. So how many sockets might you need? Well, if you've got a pair of pliers, you might be able to take the covers off. That's one. And then this won't be any good to you anymore because it's 19mm, and the actual wheel nuts that are underneath the covers are in fact 18mm. And if you don't have an 18mm socket with you, you won't be able to get your wheel off. So, as I said before, this is a nicer socket for taking off alloy wheels. It's got a nice plastic sleeve so it doesn't ruin your alloys. That will not fit on any of these. What you might be able to do is have a specialty 19.5mm, which is just 5mm bigger, which will fit over the distorted caps. Now that might take the nut off, it might just twist the cap off. If they're very badly twisted and you can't use pliers, because sometimes it's quite difficult to get pliers in that small gap, what you can do with that is get a 20mm socket. That'll definitely fit over even the most distorted caps, and then you'll be able to either get the nut off or just force the cap off. So what's the answer to the problem? Well, if like me you don't want to be stranded on the side of the road trying to get wheel nuts off and you don't have 5 different sockets or pliers with you to get them off, what you can do is actually spend £15 to £20 and get some solid wheel nuts. These don't have the stupid cap on, they're just solid steel chrome plated wheel nuts. That's probably the best answer.